all come in. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to grab a couple. Okay. Remember the rule, everybody. I'm not going to remind you again. That is to say, I will remind you now that when the introduction stops, all of you should be here. This is one of the kind of things that needs to be precise. It needs to not have a wrinkle in it when it comes to this procedure, because it is filmed. Now, I don't film all the time. We have had countless meetings of label clubbuses where I have not been filming. I have been doing that less. I used to do that all the time. I'm busier now. Certainly, when I have a break, a very, very long break, like last spring, there was a lot of film sessions. We are going to be having less frequent meetings because of my duties with my teaching of my remote classes. So you're probably wondering why I wasn't here yesterday and the day before. Well, and some of this stuff really is not your concern, and I do not need you on me about what I'm doing or what I'm not doing that's, acceptable for you, because I can't, be at your beck and call all the time, because, you are not my only priority. And I would really, really appreciate some gratitude and some respect and some assurance that you understand where I'm coming from, and some recognition and empathy for all of that. Okay? So I will be sending out emails if we do not have meetings, and you'll be doing this and that. Okay? Now yesterday my stomach was really, really bugging me, and I could not focus on doing anything, and if I had to stand here, then that would be near impossible, and I would not be, I would not be in a really good mood. I was very irritable yesterday, and I had an appointment the other day, in case you're wondering. Now, we are at the halfway point of Labor season. Now, the new moon's coming up tomorrow on October 15th. I need you all to watch Deborah Silverman's horoscope, Sun in Libra, Moon in Virgo. So hear what she has to say on that. Also, let me try to think. Anybody have any questions about Dragon Rider or anything like that? Yes. Yeah, we'll get to it. I've been busy. I have been very, very preoccupied, but we'll get there. And I might even become more preoccupied, because today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting. I'm going to be having a little Spanish clubus that's going to be going along with our regular meetings. So it's going to be in addition to all the things that we're going to be doing, and it is completely optional. That is going to be after I'm done announcing everything and sorting everything out. Now, there is one quick little video that I want you all to watch. It's just only 30 seconds. It's a commercial by the ALDCLA, and I really have to congratulate the kern of the group, which is Kalani, and also all the mothers, and all the rest of the ALDC dancers for doing a really excellent job. I really, really wish that it was longer and it really expressed its. It really, had time to, shine a little bit more, because it was, very, very good, and I just, I just wish that it could be, even more than what it is, and even better. Now I want to talk to you, and I should have had this conversation with you all. I should have made this announcement on September 28th. Remember that day in particular is a very, very vital day. I wish that I would have had a meeting on that day, but I had a lot of business at the headquarters. And I was meeting with Julia Espinrol, and we were discussing our plans for the Astropalooza, which is going to be later this month, because it's a really, really big deal, on the 29th of October, so kind of around the Halloween time period, which is very, fitting to Scorpio. So Scorpio also rules astrology, and it rules science. If you think about the deep, occult, invisible world, all those types of things. Now, before I go on, Dance Moms, remember episodes 13 and 14. Watch those by tomorrow. Okay? Of the show. By the way, on episode 13, there was a lot of drama on that episode. Near the beginning of it. So, the date is September 28th. I really, really wish that was today, but we're going to be talking about a particular type of woman who was Colette in Ratatouille. How many of you know what I'm talking about when I talk about Ratatouille? Born around the time Maddie was born. Okay, that Colette. Okay, there was a woman on season 4 of Food Network Star, who kind of had a similar appearance. Thin, brown hair, kind of a, I don't know the style. But September 28th, I finally found the individual that would fit the Golfy very well. So I'm just going to write that down. The Golfy. Remember, this is one of those customs that I updated. So if you go on the customs, you'll find it. Golfy. And you're wondering why. Well, I can't give you that answer. So the woman's pen name, because Mark Twain had a pen name for, writing. If you're, a singer or a painter, you might call yourself, a name that, you would make famous. So, her name is Annie Clark. If we had to think about a choir teacher who is a Libran born on September 28th that had a big full concert on that birthday, with, there being brooms as props, and it would be mixed, then her name would be Annie Clark, so Mrs. Clark, Saint Vincent. Now, other side customs, so Golfy. Other customs would include the Spetsy custom, Poppins after Mary Poppins, Zeman, Iowa ingredient host. I can't remember. Oh, I know what her name is. Jody Nebby. Yeah. So these are all of her resemblances. Now, there is a video. It's a song, very, very well done, and just like Zach Callison, I was underwhelmed. There was one song, and I just wanted her to sing more of that type of music, and she's the type of person where she has the potential, to do this and that. So she will be coming here to the Edmonton. She'll be coming tomorrow, October 15th. It's still Libra season, so she just celebrated her birthday recently. She'll be here, and I would think that she would play a very, very good role in the cast of Mary Poppins. We're going to be doing a little teaser, just a short film going through Mary Poppins with her playing the role, and it will be filmed at the Edmonton headquarters. And I don't know how long it's going to last, but auditions and sign-ups will be posted outside. If you want information on that, then I have several packets where it lays it all out, so I don't have to give it to you. Any questions you have, please don't hesitate to ask me or email me. Or put on my website. And also, the role playing and the role figuring will be starting on the 17th of October. So that's 3 days away from today, which is the 14th, Fashion Day. So you're going to get the opportunity to play a part in that, as well as other, very, very famous actors and actresses. I do think that it will be very, very neat to see her as Mary Poppins, because she looks like Mary Poppins. Now, her song, Savior, played by piano, particularly the middle to end portion. The singing style I'm not a big fan of, but I tried to be open-minded about. I do think that she could, professionally sing. One of the things that I don't care for is that she has a microphone and she's holding it, and then she's doing this when she's singing. It's weird, and then the piano person is like that. So that's one little thing about it. So if you type in on the YouTube Savior, played by piano, it is very, I think that you'll like it. She does have a master class. That's how I found out about her. And I looked at her and I just made the random assumption, because she looked like a Golfy, that she was born on September 28th. And I looked up the birthday, and what did it say? September 28th, 1982. So, that is definitely, sometimes your imagination and your, predictions turn out to be right. And that was the case. So these are all her customs. Remember that the Spetsy custom. Spetsy custom. It is a Mexican custom. Patty's Mexican table, all those types of things. So the weather would be cloudy for that. Maybe it'd be sunny, but that would be the Empanada and Panera. So all of that is on the website if you need information about Annie Clark, St. Vincent, the Golfy woman, for September 28th. That's the name of it. It's a long name. It has all of these customs and all of their information. Now, what is posted on there is going to be the same thing that we did with Abby Lee and Christy Hunt. And this is going to be due on October 16th at 5 o'clock. So, what you're going to be doing is remember all of those terms that we use to analyze people. The face picture, the resemblances, the custom, the weather, you name it. the side subjects, all of those things. It is completely your own take and your imagination. So on a Google document, you're going to be making Annie Clark St. Vincent person analysis, where you're going to be finding images and putting them on there, and you're going to be, saying what the image is and how it ties into Annie Clark, in its own way. So, I was looking for somebody. I had my imagination. I had Erica Seeley in mind. And then I found somebody else. So she takes the role of that. So she is the new Golfy woman. So now I have two. So all this information, I want you all to remember this. Now, what's going to be happening is for the clubus, for the Spanish reading book clubus. Remember that, all of you who are planning to join that, I had you brush up on your knowledge of Spanish. So I hope that you did the little activities, so we had all of the knowledge that you needed, to then, be able to successfully read novels and short stories. So, what's going to be happening, I made that, kind of a requirement, is we're going to be reading a novel written in Spanish. I'm specifically talking to those clubs people. And the novel is called El Queco un Misterio Boliviano. And I will do my best to read it out loud. Now, you're not going to understand every single word and every single, detail and sentence and all this kind of stuff. Just understanding through the foreign language what the basic plot is and kind of the steps of the recipe, kind of the the general to specific steps of the on the plot, not the little details and all those types of things. You also did some cultural activities that I stole from the Spanish teachers at the school that I teach at, that I used to teach at, and cultural activities, kind of a 3D, three-dimensional tour of Bolivia, learning about Bolivian culture, reading about it, and also information on different places in Bolivia, and also the vocabulary words for Chapter 1 of El Queco. So, I hope that all of you know who you are and got that done already. So, for those of you, okay, wonderful. So we're not exactly going to start it right now. What's going to be happening is I'm going to be having all of you read through Chapter 1 with me recording it. I have not made the recording yet, so I need to do that with me reading the book to you. And also there is a little packet for you to fill out as you're going through the different chapters. It asks you different questions. Some of them may vary if you answer them in Spanish or in English, so make sure that you're doing that as you are keeping up with the book. It's not going to be the normal read, because I think at first the best thing is to try to, getting into reading in Spanish and trying to interpret what's going on. Then once you get the hang of that, you can focus more on the story. And kind of, looking at the literary elements and the plot line and the themes of the story. Okay, so, that is really all that I want to say. Also, I also want to talk to American Lit class. We have not had meetings But remember that you were supposed to get that, this, I believe, essay done by October 12th. Okay, so remember we started working on that on October the 7th, October 7th. So you had that many days to get that done. You made the audio recording of that, and I hope that you all turn that in. Okay? Wonderful. So what's going to be happening is we're going to be getting into a new unit, new novel, new author, and this author is a Libran. His name is F. Scott Fitzgerald, and the book is The Great Gatsby. So there's a couple documentaries that I want you all to watch by the end of this week, by Monday, at about next Monday, this coming Monday, at about I'd say 3:50 in the afternoon. All those documentaries should be done. You won't necessarily be quizzed over the documentaries. I just want you to watch them, just to get a sense of the author and his writing style and his story, and also what was going on at the time period of The Great Gatsby, which was the 1920s. And I think that it really speaks to Abby, and it really speaks to, that greed, can't buy happiness and all those types of things. And if you're interested, you can go look up information about the culture and what was going on at the time period of the 1920s. I certainly would, if I had the right amount of leisure to do so. So again, the culture of that, but more along the lines of the history. So, that is that. I don't really have anything else to bring up. Abby, do you have anything else? Okay, wonderful. So, I believe that I made it clear, everybody. So, all of you can leave. I have other things to do. Remember what is going on. Remember what day the Astropalooza is, October 29th, and rehearsal and auditions, all of that starts on the 17th, so that's in a couple days. And Annie will be arriving tomorrow, so that would be really, really exciting. You're not necessarily going to be taking her master class, but I will be working with her with certain songs. One of them is Whistling in the Dark River Plant. For, singing and making tracks and all that kind of thing. In addition, I'm going to be fulfilling my imagination later on. So that means that she's going to be dressing in black, and we're going to be at the auditorium, at the east side of town. And for the choir groups that I have here at the Edmonton, you will be kind of playing kind of a spin-off of, kind of a Mice and Men, when you're having blooms and you're, singing the concert, and she will be the one who will be conducting, so that will be very, very exciting. Okay, so, that is all I want to tell you about. Okay, quite a bit of stuff I had to get off my chest. Okay, oh, by the way, if any of you happen to see anybody wearing the you-know-what, I need you to be proactive and be assertive about it and take responsibility and the initiative, and stand up for me, saying that those things are not allowed here. I will not look at anybody here, and I will not acknowledge and have any more conversations with anybody who decides to wear that. At this point, if someone comes in and tries to be, an idiot and try to wear that, it could be very, very ugly and explosive. So that's what I want to tell you about. Also, all of you remember that I have opened up my doors for you going into those 2 buildings. And you know what is in there. You all know. I was not there yesterday because of my stomach. And remember who you are. And remember that I need you all to keep it secret. Because only some people can know about it. I don't feel comfortable releasing it just to every single person yet. But, considering as that you would be hanging out with individuals at your own age, then you know what is in there, but you ought not to know the reasons for why I have what I have in there, because those are really, really personal and very inappropriate. And I, again, respectful, privacy and all that kind of stuff. So you can think whatever you want, you can believe whatever you want, but this is one of those things that I will not compromise on, that I will not change. I have worked too long, too hard, and I've invested way too much for somebody just to mess it up in my mind and my heart to think otherwise. Because I know that one day I will certainly regret it. So I will not be giving in, and you will not be spreading any dirt around the cementing about it, and then, really, really bad things could happen. So that's what I need you all to remember. Now, everybody, that is it for today. Thank you very, very much for coming. You can go back to what you're doing. Spanish Novel Club, as I'll call it. I will make the recording of chapter 1 for tomorrow, and then the next day you can put your name down if you want to be in the Mary Poppins short film. And for the individuals who will be going to Astropalooza, it is completely optional. I just need to know, who's going and who's not going, so that it makes it easier. So, it would, I would do the other thing and just, I wouldn't make a big deal about it, but it's just easier to get, everyone sorted out if I know who exactly is going to this thing. Okay? So, yes, any questions? Well, that's one day after your half birthday, but I don't know about your actual birthday. I know that, your birthday is in the springtime. It's April 28th, not October. So, yep. So, I don't mean to be prejudiced against anybody's birthday or anybody's sign, but through my experiences and through my knowledge and belief in astrology, and through all of your actions, if you try to, mess with me or tick me off or make me angry or be, will burden and embarrassment and cause chaos or, whatever at the cementing, then that will turn into a privilege, and that privilege could go away, and you could be born on the opposite day. That's what I want to make clear. That is what I want to make clear. I'm pretty lenient about a lot of things, but at least let me have that thing and my ruling of that. So, all of you who are born between October 23rd to November 21st, you need to take the high road. You need to take the high road. Seriously, okay? So, everybody, Scott.